There comes a time in every destiny when the world expects nothing from you, and yet, it is in that very moment that heaven reveals everything through you. The greatest prophecies are not fulfilled by those who are celebrated, but by those who were underestimated. You were not chosen because of what people saw in you. You were chosen because of what God placed within you. The world may have written you off, but divine purpose has written you back in. Every setback, every tear, every moment of silence where you felt invisible was preparing you for a revelation that no one saw coming. The prophecy that now unfolds through you is not about titles or recognition. It is about transformation. It is about rising from the ashes when others thought you were finished. It is about carrying a light in times of darkness. It is about walking in a calling so deep that even you once doubted it. You see, the unexpected ones are the most dangerous to the enemy. Because they are underestimated, they are not watched. Because they are overlooked, they are not opposed at first. But when they rise with a force no one can contain. You are the fulfillment of a promise whispered long before you were born. Your life is the living evidence that destiny does not follow human logic. You are walking proof that when God chooses, He chooses beyond expectation. And now, the prophecy is not waiting for tomorrow. It is happening in you here and now, so walk boldly, chosen one. Not with fear, not with hesitation, but with the authority that comes when heaven itself has spoken. You are the prophecy no one expected, and that is why your impact will be greater than anyone imagined. There is a strange paradox in life. Those who are overlooked, underestimated, and dismissed often end up carrying the most extraordinary purpose. It is not the voices cheered on by the crowds that shape history, but often the quiet souls hidden in the shadows, the ones no one noticed, no one believed in, and no one expected to rise. Think about it. Throughout history, the greatest stories of destiny were never about the obvious. Kings and queens were chosen by bloodline, by status, or by strength, but the true chosen ones were often shepherds, prisoners, wanderers, or children. They didn't look like leaders. They didn't sound like warriors. And yet, when the time was right, they were the very ones who shifted the course of generations. Being underestimated is not a curse. It is a calling. When others cannot see your worth, it is because your worth is not meant to be defined by them. It is hidden by design. Your life is not a display for human approval. It is a vessel for divine purpose. And so, every moment of being overlooked is really a divine strategy. The world passes you by, but heaven is building you up. The underestimated have an advantage. They are not distracted by constant applause. They are not consumed with pleasing everyone else. Instead, they are given the sacred gift of growing in silence, of building strength in the unseen places, of learning patience and resilience. When no one believes in you, you are forced to learn how to believe in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, you align with the truth of why you were created. It is in obscurity that strength is forged. The one who is underestimated often learns to rise without validation. They learn to keep moving without a cheer. They learn to create, to fight, to endure, not because anyone told them they could, but because deep within they knew they must. That kind of strength cannot be faked. That kind of strength cannot be taken away. Perhaps you have felt like others don't see your value. Maybe you've been passed over, forgotten, or even laughed at. But I tell you today that is not the end of your story. It is the beginning. To be underestimated is to be hidden in plain sight. It is a sign that your destiny is not for show, it is for impact. And when your appointed time comes, you will not just arrive. You will transform the very space you step into. The underestimated carry the deepest purpose because their rise is not fueled by pride, but by calling. They do not rise to prove the doubters wrong. They rise because they are aligned with something greater than themselves. And when that alignment meets the right moment, the world has no choice but to notice what heaven already knew. Remember this: a diamond is just a rock until pressure reveals its brilliance. An olive is ordinary until it is crushed and becomes oil. A seed looks small and insignificant, but hidden in the soil, it carries a forest inside of it. So it is with you. Being underestimated only means your potential has not yet been revealed. But when it is, it will surprise even those who doubted you the most. The lesson is clear. Don't despise the seasons where you are overlooked. Don't curse the moments when people dismiss you. Those very moments are proof that you are walking the path of the chosen. Because the underestimated are not forgotten. They are protected. They are hidden until the fullness of time. And when they rise with a depth that cannot be matched. So if you feel small today, if you feel unseen, take heart. You may not be the prophecy they expected, but you are the prophecy heaven ordained. Your deepest purpose is not defined by human eyes, but by divine design. And when the world finally sees you for who you are, they will understand what heaven has known all along. The underestimated carry the deepest purpose, and their impact will echo far beyond what anyone imagined. If you search history, if you trace the paths of those who changed the world, you will find something astonishing. Prophecy rarely unfolds through those the world celebrates. It does not descend on the thrones of the powerful, nor does it begin in the spotlight of the well-known. Instead, it is birthed in the hidden, the forgotten, the underestimated. The ones no one expected are often the very ones who embody destiny. Why? Because the celebrated are often too consumed by their own glory to carry something greater than themselves. Their crowns shine so brightly that they leave no room for the divine to reveal its light. But the unexpected, the quiet, the overlooked, the ones dismissed by society, carry an open space in their hearts. They have room for the extraordinary, because they were never told they were extraordinary to begin with. Prophecy is not about who is the strongest, the loudest, or the most admired. It is about who is willing, who is ready, who is surrendered. Greatness is not determined by applause but by alignment. And so, heaven looks not at the celebrated stages of men, but at the hidden corners of the earth, searching for those who are prepared to say, "Yes, I will go. Yes, I will rise. Yes, I will carry what others refuse." The unexpected ones have something powerful: humility. They know what it means to be overlooked. They understand what it feels like to be dismissed. And because of this, they do not rise with arrogance. They rise with gratitude. When prophecy flows through them, it does not inflate their pride, it deepens their purpose. Think of the shepherd who became a king, the prisoner who became a ruler, the orphan who became a deliverer. None of them looked like leaders in the eyes of men. They were not celebrated in their early days. They were hidden in fields, in prisons, in obscurity. Yet, when the time came, heaven unveiled them as the vessels of prophecy. This is the pattern of destiny. The unexpected become the chosen, and the celebrated are often left wondering how it happened. Because prophecy is not concerned with human recognition. It is concerned with divine fulfillment. And this truth carries a lesson for you. Do not be discouraged if you are not the one celebrated. Do not envy those who stand in the spotlight, for the prophecy that belongs to you will not pass you by. In fact, it may be the very thing no one sees coming. The celebrated live under the weight of expectation. People watch their every move, measure their every word, and place demands on their every action. But the unexpected are free to grow, free to stumble, free to prepare in silence. And it is this freedom that allows them to become vessels of something greater than themselves. The most powerful prophecies are the ones that shock the world. No one expects the overlooked to rise. No one imagines the ordinary could carry the extraordinary. And yet, when the unexpected steps forward, the impact is undeniable. People cannot deny what they see because it was not manufactured by human effort. It was orchestrated by divine timing. Maybe that is your story. Maybe you feel unseen, uncelebrated, unnoticed. You look at others and wonder why they receive applause while you remain hidden. But I tell you, hiddenness is not a punishment. It is preparation. Silence is not rejection. It is training. And obscurity is not abandonment. It is the soil where prophecy takes root. When the moment comes, your rise will be sudden. To others, it will feel like an overnight transformation. But to you, it will be the unfolding of everything you endured in secret, everything you carried in silence, everything you believed when no one else believed with you. Prophecy unfolds through the unexpected, because only the unexpected can reveal its true power. The world cannot claim it, for they never saw it coming. The enemy cannot stop it, for they never thought to oppose it. And when it happens, heaven alone receives the glory, because it is clear that no human strength could have made it so. So lift your head, chosen one. Do not be ashamed of being unexpected. Wear it as your crown, because when prophecy finds you, it will not just surprise those around you, it will surprise even you. And in that surprise lies the undeniable proof that prophecy belongs not to the celebrated, but to the surrendered. When we think of setbacks, most of us imagine failure, delay, or disappointment. We see them as proof that life is working against us, as signs that we are somehow unworthy of the destiny we dream of. But the truth is deeper. Setbacks are not punishments. They are preparation. They are the divine classroom where strength is built, vision is refined, and revelation is birthed. Look closely at your own story. The moments where you stumbled, the seasons where doors closed, the times when everything you hoped for seemed to fall apart. Those weren't wasted. They were sacred ground. They were the very soil where your greater purpose was being planted. What feels like loss today is often the foundation of revelation tomorrow. Every prophecy requires preparation, and preparation often comes disguised as setback. Why? Because revelation cannot be carried by the untested. You cannot hold the weight of destiny if you have not been strengthened by resistance. You cannot speak with authority if you have never endured hardship. You cannot lead others through storms if you have never walked through rain yourself. Setbacks strip away illusion. They humble us. They teach us what applause never could. They remind us that purpose is not about comfort. It is about transformation. And transformation requires pressure. Just as gold is refined in fire and a diamond is formed under crushing weight, your destiny is shaped through challenges. Consider this: when you are set back, you are really being set apart. While others may advance on their own strength, you are being trained in a deeper strength. While others may rise quickly, you are being built to last. And when the time comes for you to rise, you will not crumble, because your foundation was forged in the fires of setback. Think of every person who fulfilled a great purpose. Their stories were not free of obstacles. In fact, the obstacles defined their journey. The setback was the turning point, the very place where revelation was born. The dreamer thrown into a pit, the leader exiled into the wilderness, the prophet silenced by rejection. Each one of them discovered that what looked like failure was actually the stage being set for fulfillment. And so it is with you. Your setbacks are not evidence that you are forgotten. They are evidence that you are being prepared. When you feel delayed, it is because divine timing is protecting you. When you feel denied, it is because something greater is being aligned. What seems like a closed door today may be the very thing that pushes you toward the door you were truly meant to walk through. The revelation you carry cannot come cheaply. It is too precious to be handed over without testing. Setbacks train your spirit to see differently, to hear differently, to walk differently. They teach you to rely not on what you can control, but on what you must trust. And it is in that trust that revelation is received. This is why the chosen ones of destiny often endure the hardest trials. They walk through pain others never understand. They carry scars others cannot see. But those very scars become the evidence of their authority. They can speak life into others because they know what it feels like to be broken. They can encourage the weary because they once felt hopeless themselves. The revelation that flows through them is not theory. It is lived experience. So if you find yourself in a season of setback, do not despair. Ask yourself instead, what is being built in me? What revelation is being prepared for me to carry? Because the very place where you feel defeated today may be the very place you will stand tomorrow and declare victory. Setbacks prepare you for divine revelation because they strip away every false foundation and force you to lean into the eternal. They remind you that your destiny is not built on perfection, but on persistence. And they prepare you to rise not just for yourself, but for all those who will be lifted by your story. Remember this truth: the greatest revelations are never born in comfort. They are born in struggle, in questions, in moments where you thought you couldn't go on. And when they come, they do not just change you. They change everyone around you. So take courage. Your setback is not your ending. It is your beginning. What feels like loss is actually shaping you into the vessel of revelation you were always meant to be. When the dust settles and the doors open, you will see clearly the setback was the preparation, and the revelation was worth every tear, every delay, and every battle along the way. There are few feelings as heavy as being overlooked. To give your best, to carry dreams in your heart, and yet to be unseen by others can leave you wondering if your life has value. But here is the truth: being overlooked is not failure. It is not rejection. It is not abandonment. It is strategy, God's hidden strategy. When heaven places a calling on your life, that calling must often be protected. And one of the greatest protections is obscurity. To be seen too soon is to be exposed too soon. To be celebrated too early is to risk pride, distraction, and even attack. So instead, God hides you. He tucks you away in places where people pass by without noticing, where your talents seem invisible, where your worth is unseen. Not because you are forgotten, but because you are being prepared. Think of the seed. Once it is placed into the soil, it is hidden. No one celebrates it. No one admires it. To the outside world, it looks buried. But in reality, it is not buried. It is planted. And there is a great difference. Buried things are forgotten, but planted things are destined to grow. Being overlooked feels like burial, but in truth, it is planting. And when the season changes, what was once invisible will break through the surface and bear fruit. Some of the most powerful people in history were overlooked before they were revealed. The shepherd boy was overlooked by his own family when kingship was being decided. The youngest brother, the one nobody considered, became the chosen ruler. A prisoner in chains was overlooked by society, yet he carried wisdom that would save nations. Again and again, the pattern repeats. Those overlooked by man are the very ones handpicked by God. Why? Because the overlooked are safe. While the world ignores them, God is shaping them. While people pass them by, heaven is building strength within them. Hiddenness protects the chosen from premature exposure. It allows them to grow in wisdom, patience, and resilience. And when the time comes for them to be revealed, they are not shallow, they are deeply rooted. Being overlooked also breaks the chains of validation. When you live unseen, you learn to depend not on human applause, but on divine approval. You learn that your worth is not defined by how many notice you, but by the one who formed you. And that kind of freedom makes you unstoppable. Because when your confidence no longer comes from people, no one can take it away from you. Perhaps you feel hidden right now. You give, you try, you push forward, and yet recognition never comes. You watch others celebrated while you remain in silence. It can be painful. But know this, your hiddenness is not wasted. Every unnoticed effort, every uncelebrated victory, every moment where you remain in the shadows, it is all building something within you that cannot be seen yet. God's hidden strategy is not to punish you, but to protect you. He hides you until the right time, until the right doors open, until the right people cross your path. He hides you until your foundation is unshakable, because when the chosen are revealed, they are revealed with impact. Their rise is undeniable, not because they chased recognition, but because destiny could no longer keep them hidden. When your moment comes, the same people who overlooked you will be astonished. They will wonder where you came from, how you rose, how you carry such wisdom and strength. And the truth will be this: you were always chosen, but you were hidden for a season. What they overlooked was what God was cultivating. So, do not despise being overlooked. Do not mistake silence for abandonment. Hiddenness is holy ground. It is where destiny is refined. It is where your roots go deep. And it is proof that your story is being authored by something greater than human recognition. In time, you will understand that being overlooked was never rejection. It was redirection. It was strategy. It was the unseen hand of God protecting, shaping, and preparing you for the moment when the world would finally see what heaven has known all along. So hold steady. Keep sowing. Keep building. Keep walking faithfully in the shadows. Because the day will come when the hidden will be revealed, and your life will prove this timeless truth. Being overlooked was not the end of your story. It was the beginning of your becoming.